All right, so we are here where it all began for me with real estate. This was my first ever purchase on a duplex that I house hacked, and this is actually the unit I did live in. I lived in downstairs for a few months after I lived up here, but this was my main place. So I'm gonna give you a little tour, and then gonna go over how the property's been, what it's like being a landlord now that I have 4 total units, and what it's like having a property that I don't live in anymore and how to manage it. And whatever else comes up, we'll see. So over here, this goes down to the front door. Here we got a nice little bathroom. As you can see, completely empty. I was scrubbing in here for a while. Then we got a little kitchen area. It's kind of a galley kitchen. Small, but works, I was going ham on that stove, trying to get everything out with this powder paste stuff. Works pretty good. And yeah, got a little storage over here where trash is. And then you walk into a dining room type area, even though people don't really have dining rooms anymore. In here we got a closet. I used to use this as a pantry. It had like shelving in it for my Kia. I thought I left it in there, but I must not have. Then it actually gets like super good natural light in here. As you can see, it's an old place, so there's no light other than this little dome light in the kitchen. But here's one bedroom. Closet here, I'm not gonna open that because I gotta fix that hinge. Again, great natural light in here. It's actually a super cool apartment. I kind of miss living here. Big living room, super nice. I need to fix that screen for sure. Both screens actually. And then here you walk into the other bedroom. This one's really good size. This is what I use as my bedroom. And it has a slanted ceiling, but it's like not bad, as you can see. I'm basically in the corner. I'm just hitting my head. So pretty good. And then it also has like a little walk-in closet that I had with a bunch of shelves and stuff. But let the tenants do what they want. And then this goes out front, and this door just goes down and out front also. Boom. All right, so we'll see how this audio sounds. I hope it comes out all right, but I'm gonna be cleaning windows while talking, so we'll see. But I bought this property back in 2019, and at the time, there was a lot more rentals on the market in Keene than there are now. So it was kind of nice. I had like, what do you call it? I don't know, cream of the pot, cream of the corn. I'm thinking of something wrong. Whatever it was, I had a good picking, And I looked at a lot of properties before I landed on this one. Back then, didn't have a great job, making money, but definitely not the money I wanted to be making, and that meant I only had so big of a budget, and I was basically looking in like the 250 range. A lot of the ones, like I said, they weren't really what I wanted. Now looking back on them, literally anything I bought probably would have been a good deal, but this one ended up being a great deal for me, and I can't complain about that. So I bought it in 2019 for $172,000, and now in 2024, 5 years later, it's roughly worth 300, maybe a little north of it, but I'll say 300 for easy numbers. And I still have a super low interest rate on it. I hope I'm in the frame, but it's been a great purchase because I, again, bought it as a house hack. So when I was living here, essentially my mortgage payment was about $1,450. When I moved in, the downstairs rent was $1,200. Within a few months, I had a new tenant in there because that lady left, and I raised it to $1,400. So that was essentially covering my whole mortgage payment. I was still putting in some money for the 50 bucks, and then of course there's additional costs of owning a home, like paying for heat, all that stuff. But now that I don't live in the property, so again, I lived here for, a little over 3 years. Moved out in 2022, and now it's been fully occupied with renters for the past 2 years. And again, it performs great because I got a super good purchase price on it. So most of the time you'll hear investors say the 1% rule. And what that is the rent should equal 1% of the purchase price. So 172,000, rent should be at least 1720 to meet the 1% rule. Now with it fully rented, of course, this is vacant at the moment, but I was getting 17 up here. No. Yeah. What was I getting? 18, no. 17 up here, 16 down there. So 3,200, right? 3,300. My math's a little off. So 3,300 on a $1,400 mortgage is not a bad deal. And it's been super good. So not only am I cash flowing a decent amount on the property, I also have it where I still have a super low mortgage. I have a lot of equity in this property. So I haven't really used the equity. Funny little story is I actually tried using the equity before I bought my second property. Not that I needed the HELOC for it, but I just kind of wanted it in case I needed to do repairs, anything like that. It's always good to have a little backup in case something goes wrong. And I hope this is framed right. But I haven't used equity because I tried getting a home equity line of credit and I got denied. I wasn't making enough money, but yet that same month I went and got a pre-approval for a new house and ended up buying a new house within a month. So weird how banks work sometimes. So I don't really have any access to equity, but it is nice knowing I have equity. So in case I ever wanted to sell, move money around, do what I need to do, but it's a really great performing property and I like the location and it does well. So I don't have any plans of getting rid of this. And if you're looking for a house hack property, one thing you have to like understand, at least around New Hampshire, depending on your price point, chances are these buildings are going to be old. The basement is gonna be ugly. Like the floors are going to be crooked. These homes were built like this one, 1890. 1890 this thing was built. The foundation's not gonna be the straightest. The floors, I thought I was gonna find a creakier spot, but they creak, you know. It's just old home stuff. And I feel like that deters a lot of people, but essentially you just wanna find something that's solid. Yeah, maybe you have to do a little bit of work, but it's all in the numbers with investing, which is the easy part. It takes your emotions out of it. Just run your numbers. If it works, then take action. If you're not taking action, you're just holding back for no reason. Numbers don't lie. So unless you're lying on the numbers, it should work out for you. Of course, be a good landlord. Learn how to landlord. Actually read some books. Educate yourself, please, because it's a very simple thing to be a landlord, but there's a ton of bad landlords. So be someone that like your tenants like. They don't hate you. They actually let you know when stuff goes wrong so you can fix it right away. Don't blame them for everything. Like, I don't know, they're just living in your house. They should be pretty good. But yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that point on this. So I'm gonna keep cleaning some windows and I'll get back to you maybe. All right, I kind of forget where I left off with you guys, but to wrap up on this property. Overall, great property. As you can see, tenants just moved out 4 days ago, 31st of October. So now I just basically finished cleaning, did some touch-up paints here and there. Nothing crazy. Luckily, they left it in pretty good shape. Trying to fill it by the 15th. So with that being said, one thing I want to touch on is not to rush filling a vacancy, because who you pick as a tenant is one of the most crucial parts other than actually picking the property, because the tenants are the ones you're actually dealing with, the ones you're supplying housing, the ones that are paying the rent, and the ones that you want to make sure are happy living in the space you provide. So with that being said, you want to actually, I have mine on apartments.com and a little bit on Facebook. I got to push it more on Facebook now that it's pretty much ready, because Facebook tends to blow up pretty quickly. So I'm going to get that up there, and I'm trying to get a little bit more than I had last time. I'm going to do it for about a couple more days. If no one bites at that price, I'll drop it down to what I was getting and then get it filled nice and quick. So yeah, I just want to kind of give an update on this property. It's great. If you have any questions about rental properties, investing, house hacking, let me know. Drop them in the comments below. If you like the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. But just a little real life video instead of the sit down stuff I usually do. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys next week.